Now I am going to explain the next division of the plant kingdom is Pteridophytes, which are considered as first true land plants. They were the first plants to acquire vascular tissue, namely xylem and phloem, hence it is called vascular cryptogams. Pteridophytes are the vascular cryptogams and were abundant in the Devonian period of Paleozoic era, that is 400 million years ago. These plants are mostly small herbaceous and grow well in moist, cool and shady places where water is available. Club moss, horsetail, water ferns and tree ferns are belonging to this group. Let us see the general characteristic features of Pteridophytes. The plant body is mostly sporophyte and this one is the dominant phase. The sporophyte means it is mostly differentiated into root, stem and leaves. First is a root. So root mostly adventitious in nature. Adventitious means any part of the plant body that can produce the root means that is adventitious root system. Okay, the next one is the leaves is the microphyllous or megaphyllous. So this is the micro means small leaves and this one is the mega means large. Okay, phyll means leaf. So megaphyll means large leaf. This one is the small size of leaf. And the next one is the stem as in the form of the monopodial or dichotomous. Monopodial means branching occurs when the terminal bud continues to grow as a central leader shoot and then later branches remain subordinate to each other. Okay, so only one central branching of the terminal bud is present and then another one lateral branching remains subordinate from the central one. Then next one is the dichotomous. So dichotomous means terminal bud bifurcates producing two branches in a forked manner. Okay, so this one is the forked manner of the branching is called as the dichotomous branching. So Pteridophyte shows either a monopodial or a dichotomous branching of the stem system. The next one is the sporangium of the spore bearing back-like structures or bone or special leaves called sporophyll. So in a back-like structure there is the presence of the spore means that phyll is known as the sporophyll. The sporophyll gets organized to form cone or strobilus. So in Equisetum species the cone or strobilus formation is present. Equisetum and one more is the Selaginella. Then this one is the maybe the species possess homosporous or heterosporous. Homosporous means produce one type of spores. For example, Lycopodium species. Heterosporous means different. So produce the two different types. This one is one more type and this is another one type. So two different. So one is the megasporangium and another one is the microsporangium. So here is only one microphyll of the spores only present. So this is the homosporous and here there is the two different types of the spores, that is the heterosporous. For example, Selaginella. Okay, then next is the development of the sporangia may be eusporangiate. U means true. So development of the sporangium from a group of initials. So here is the more than one initial cells to produces the spores means that is known as the eusporangiate. Okay. Then another one is the leptosporangiate. Lepto means so only single initial. So here is the only one single cells which is responsible for the production of the spores means that is leptosporangiate. Okay, so development of the sporangia in two ways, either as a eusporangiate or as a leptosporangiate. Then spore mother cells undergoes meiosis and produces the spores. So mother cells undergoes meiosis and produces the spores. Then young sporophyte we can told as the haploid multicellular green chordate shaped So this one is the haploid multicellular green chordate shaped independent gametophytes called prothallus. Okay. So this one is the young sporophyte. The sporophyte germinates to produce the haploid multicellular prothallus gametophyte. So here is the sexual reproduction is done in this group of the plant is oogamous. So oogamous means sex organs, namely antheridium and orchigonium, or produces the responsible of the prothallus on the prothallus. So prothallus la vande orchigonium and antheridium. So both of the sexual organs are produced. So antheridium produces spirally coiled multiflagellate anthrozoids, and orchigonium produced flask shaped with broad venter, elongated, narrow neck. So this is the orchigonium, flask shaped. So flask shaped, broader venter and elongated, narrow neck. So the venter possesses egg or ovum, and neck contain neck canal cells. So this one is the neck canal cells, and this is the egg, and this is the venter. Okay. So this is the structure of the orchigonium. Flask shaped, broad venter and elongated narrow neck formation. Then water is essential for the fertilization. After fertilization, a diploid zygote formed and undergoes mitotic division to form embryo. Okay, so here is the diploid sporophytic generation. Okay, so spore generation undergoes the meiosis division and produces the sporangium. That is, here is the prothallus formation. That is the gametophytic generation enters. Then in the prothallus there is the formation of the antheridium and orchigonium. After the fusion, it produces the diploid zygote. Then diploid zygote produces the sporophytic thallus. Okay. So this is the alteration of the generation. So mostly sporophytic is the dominant phase in pteridophytes, whereas gametophyte is the, it's not dominant phase here plant group. Okay. And vegetative reproduction is done by the fragmentation, resting buds, root tubers and adventitious buds. Then next is the pteridophytes show apogamy and apospory formation. So what do you mean by apospory? Means the development of the gametophytes without meiosis and spores from vegetative or non-reproductive cells of the sporophyte. That is known as the apospory. Apogamy means a type of reproduction occurring in some ferns in which sporophyte develops from the gametophyte without the fusion of the gametes. That is the apogamy. So pteridophyte shows both the apogamy and apospory formation. The production of the gametophyte without the production of the spores, that is apospory. The formation of the embryo without undergoing fertilization means, that is apogamy. Gamy means gametes. Apo means the absence of the fertilization, absence of the fusion. Okay. Then this one is produces diploid gametophyte, and this one is produces haploid embryo. Okay. Then classification of the next topic is classification of the pteridophytes. Reimer in the year of the 1954 proposed a classification for pteridophytes. So in this classification, pteridophytes are divided into 5 divisions. They are as follows. So one is the Psilophytopsida and Ceratopsida, and third one Lycopsida, fourth one Spenopsida, and fifth one Pteropsida. There are 19 orders and 48 families in this classification. Okay, this classification was proposed by Reimer. The next one is the economic importance of pteridophytes. So this is the species of Rumara adiantiformis, that is leather leaf fern. Okay. So Rumara adiantiformis, leather leaf fern, which is mainly used for the cut of flower arrangements. Okay. Then this is the Marsilia. So we can use as a food. Then this one is a Azolla. We already know about. That is a water fern. Okay. Which is used as a biofertilizer. And the next one is the Triopteris filix mass. It is used for the treatment for tapeworm. Okay. Then Cherubs vittata. It is used to removal of heavy metals from the soils. That is the process of bioremediation. We can use this type of plant groups to remediate the heavy metals in the soil. And this is the Pteridum species. Leaves yield green dye. So the leaves, they are giving the green dye for us. And this one is the Equisetum species, that is the horsetail, that is used for stems for scoring. Okay. Then this is the Psilotum and Lycopodium. And next one is the Selaginella. And this is the Angiopteris, and this one is the Maratia. So these 5 groups which is used for the ornamental plants. Thank you.